On behalf of a Walkthrough Education, I warmly welcome you to this edition of our Intellectual Exchange with a thought-provoking theme, Voices of Tomorrow, How Do We Empower Students as Change Makers Today? Today, we've gathered not just as educators, but as dream builders and destiny shapers. We gathered to ask ourselves, are we truly preparing our students to be the innovators, the problem solvers, and the passionate leaders the world desperately needs? Education has never been merely about passing exam. It's about igniting purpose, nurturing courage, and giving every child the voice that matters. When students are empowered to think critically, to question, to create, and to care, they cease to be passive learners. They become active architects of transformation. So as we listen to our distinguished panel of moderators and speakers today, I encourage us all to reflect, engage, and reimagine education, not as a process of instruction, but as a movement of inspiration. Together, let us renew our commitment to shaping learners who will not just inherit the world, but transform it. Once again, welcome to a Walkthrough Education Intellectual Exchange, and let the conversation begin. And to start the conversation today, I'm going to be calling on our first moderator for today, Ambassador Kamal Chandra Lohani, who is going to be speaking on empowering girls' voices in education, breaking barriers, and building leaders. The floor is yours, Ambassador Kamal.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Good evening, warm greetings, and namaste and namaskar from India and from my side. Respected Gloria, ma'am, Nahid sir, and Nallam ma'am, Yala ma'am, Rita ma'am, Neelam ma'am, Vanessa ma'am, all the esteemed speakers and panelists and moderators and ambassadors. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity to speak. First number, Gloria ma'am. It's a great honor for me that
Oh, we've lost, I think he's been kicked out of the session. He's not here. All right, so I'm going to be calling on our next moderator for today's session, Professor Laila Taik, who is going to be speaking on transformative pedagogy, cultivating critical thinking and agency in students. The floor is yours, Professor Laila.
go ahead. Please wait. Network issue.
Okay.
It is network issue. Gloria ma'am, let me please complete.
Okay,
Okay,
no,
thank you
no
very much.
problem. Continue.
Today's topic is okay. Okay, today thanks. Sorry for the network problem, ma'am.
It's fine.
Today's
It's
topic for
inevitable.
me, the empowering girls' voices in education and breaking barriers and building leaders. First of all, I would like to share my view regarding the girls. A birth of a daughter makes a father king in the family. If we have the birth of a girl or a daughter, so we must respect it and we must celebrate it. And in India, girls are worshipped in the form of goddesses. So we should respect women and we should respect females and ladies. So across the world, millions of girls face barriers today in learning in educations. And there are many barriers like poverty, discrimination, early marriage and bias and cultural bias. So these barriers silence their voices, the voices of the girls especially. But when girls are given chances, they do better than others. I am 100% sure for that. So when we educate a girl, we do not just change her life, we just transform economies and future, nations and societies. Empowering girls in education means giving them the freedom to ask, to speak, to ask questions, to lead projects, to save the world, to save the future, to save the world they live in. And it means creating a safe classroom, equal opportunities, and a culture that listens to her voice and just not just hears it. Every girl deserves the chance to dream big, lead boldly. So, as we educate, as an educator or a teacher, or parents and friends and leaders, we have a big role in making that happen. The girls, with the dreams which they see. Education is not a privilege and it is a right to everybody. And yet, around the world, we see that too many girls, millions of girls, I must say, are still denied that right of education because of there are so many barriers and problems because of, like, the poetry, the early marriage, discriminations, and other things. Simply, they are just told that yes, this is not for you. In this way, they are denied the education. So these barriers must be broken. We are the teachers, we are the educators. It is our moral duty that we are required to break these barriers. Because when a girl is educated, she gains more than knowledge. In our family, when we just educate a girl, so that girl transforms and change the life of two or three family. She gains confidence. She gains, she gets choice, her own choice, and she gets voice. She learns to lead, to challenge injustice, to shape a better future, not just for herself, but for the family, but for the society, but for the community, but for the nations and the world. So, building girls into leaders, it starts with the classroom. So, where she is heard, and she is supported, and she is empowered, and where she is a big dream. So, I would like to say there are some countries in the world where still can see that the girls are not given proper educations. They are left behind. So there are some other barriers there, just like conflict and security, gender discrimination, child marriage, lack of female teachers, lack of safe school environment, poverty, and domestic responsibility. So in the end, I would like to say, so let us break all these. So let us build a strong future of girls. Let us live in future led by the educated and fearless girls and young women. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Kamal, for this. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, we do. We do.
Yes,
Yeah, we're
yes.
hearing you.
All right. Thank you very much, Ambassador Kamal, for highlighting the power of girls' voices in education. When we power and empower girls, we strengthen families, communities, and nations, just like you highlighted. Every girl deserves the right to dream, to speak, and to lead. And today's discussion remind us that gender equity is not a gift, but a shared responsibility. Thank you very much, Ambassador Kamal, for this amazing presentation. And moving on, I'm going to be welcoming Professor Laila Taik, who is going to be presenting about transformative pedagogy, cultivating critical thinking and agency in students. The floor is yours, Professor Laila.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Am, I- am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, audible, please.
Yes, let me quit another device in order to be but to avoid those win. Yes, I appreciate you, Dr. Gloria, and all our distinguished educators in this great walk-through education initiative program that it gathers us from different parts of the world in order to tackle issues about education, sustainable development, inclusion, and also what is importance of today's topic is the transformative pedagogy, cultivating critical thinking and agency in our students. Let me start by saying that it is true that we are in today's complex and an interconnected world. Education must go beyond the walls of classrooms. Our role as teachers is not only to deliver content, but to ignite curiosity, creativity, and confidence. Qualities that help learners become responsible citizens capable of solving real life problems. I'm just today I'm going to not to be long. I want to also share with you a vision in example of my Moroccan system. The vision is clearly of this transformative pedagogy. Three, these textbooks are grounded in the universal design for learning and also for integrated skills approach, uh, which are two modern inclusive pedagogy. I will tell you how. Let's just shed a light about the universal design for learning approach. This approach ensures that every learner, regardless of his or her background or ability or learning style, can access and engage with the content meaningfully. It encourages students or learners to provide multiple means of representation and expression engagement, allowing students to learn in ways that best suit their strengths. Meanwhile, the integrated, which means reading, speaking, writing, and listening in the same lesson or the same activity. This is a kind of approach that moves away from teaching skills in isolation. So we no longer teach writing alone or speaking alone, but all in one activity. Instead of focusing separately on reading or writing, I said listening or speaking, students engage in tasks that connect these skills naturally. This is because this is what happens in when we speak a language generally, whatever this language is. We write it, we listen to it, we read it, and we, okay, of course, okay, let's speak with it. For example, reading a text, discussing its message, writing a response, and representing the idea in a dialogue and so on. So through these methods, the Spotlight textbooks help students not only develop linguistic competencies, but also cultivate critical thinking and agency. They learn to express opinions, analyze information, solve problems collaboratively, and reflect on social and environmental issues from protecting nature and celebrating cultural diversity. But most of all, what I like most about these reform, which is we call like I mentioned, it is a transformative pedagogy because it mentions or tackles the global citizenship. The student of today, okay, is a global citizen. So, in order to, so as educators, we are called upon to be facilitators of this transformation, to design lessons that encourage participation, inquiry, and reflection. We must create spaces where learners feel seen, valued, and capable of shaping their own learning. So the transformative pedagogy reminds us that education is not about producing students who can repeat what they were taught. It is about inspiring thinkers, creators, and doers who can transform their communities and futures. So when we cultivate critical thinking and agency, let's conclude, we prepare students not just for exams, but for life. And that is the true heartbeat of meaningful education. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Laila, for your brilliant
We don't hear you, Dr. Gloria.
presentation. What? You can't hear me? Did you say you can't hear me?
We don't hear you.
We can. We can.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. 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 Thank you very much for challenging us to rethink the way we teach and the brilliant example from Morocco. Indeed,
Don't
transformative.
hear you, Dr. Gloria.
You can't hear me up to now?
I'm hearing you. I am hearing you.
Yes, so am I. I can hear you.
Okay. I think it's from your side, Professor Laila. If they can hear
Yes,
me.
I hear you now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. 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 Okay, thank you very much. Indeed, transformative pedagogy is about empowering students to question, explore, and to take ownership of learning. When teachers become facilitators, just as you stated, rather than transmitters of facts, classrooms turn into incubators of innovative and leadership for the students. Thank you very much for that. And I love the example you stated from Morocco. Thank you very much. And to hurry up to the next speaker, I'm going to be welcoming Ambassador Vanessa Sisi. Ambassador Vanessa is going to be speaking on youth empowerment through media and creative expression. The floor is yours, Ambassador Vanessa.
Expression. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so very, very much once again. And the pleasure is always mine to be among a bevy of experts and, of course, our participants from all over the world. Thank you for this opportunity. Now, when it comes to the youth, it's a topic I'm very passionate about because the youth have always been my heartbeat. And the subject under the theme Youth Empowerment through Media Expression, as Professor Laila said, we have to look at the concept of critical thinking. Now, in Africa, when you speak about critical thinking to the youth, the question is, will our culture permit them to express themselves? I believe our culture will allow them to express themselves if only they are expressing themselves in a full manner. When we come to the media and creative expression, we are not talking about only LinkedIn or YouTube or WhatsApp. We are talking about creative arts. Any medium that the youth will use to express their creativity, express what they are thinking about, is what we will look at as creative expression. The youth are diamonds that need to be carved, that need to be shaped. The question is, does our media encourage such shaping in the youth? What is the work of the media? How is the media promoting the youth? It's only talking about vices that don't encourage. So when we come to us in the university, in the classroom, in the secondary school, in the primary school, the onus is on us as teachers to stimulate that desire to be a creative and a critical thinker. Not just critically thinking about what they think about, but also being creative, trying to look for ways to express without without what? Affecting negatively or promoting negatively any vices. We are speaking about encouraging the youth to be socially responsible. We want to empower them. We should empower them with skills that will make them more socially responsible, be able to themselves with all transparency and honesty. It's true they should respect the society, the culture they find themselves in, but at the same time, they should not be intimidated to express themselves. The youth are the voices of our generation. So we need to impact them and impact them positively. We have to find a way to encourage public speaking skills in the youth. We need to teach them the art and the science of public speaking so that they know that they are not afraid. Sorry, they know they are supported, but they feel that has to be still what they feel they need to hear and express it. Most of the time, we want to speak down the throats of the youth. When we speak of the youth, we are talking about anybody that has the capacity and the capability to apprehend and assimilate whatever information you have to give. So all of us, even at the sound of my voice, we are youths. So we should not segregate the youth only to mean 10-year-olds to 25. No, any opportunity we have, we should stimulate leadership. We should stimulate creativity. We should stimulate critical thinking. We should stimulate that transparency and vulnerability and leadership competencies in the youth. The youth have to be empowered wisely. The opportunities that they have this day is more than we had when we were growing up. So we should teach them how to make use of whatever medium and media they want to use to express themselves. In closing, we should know that the internet never forgets. The internet never forgets. So as much as possible, we want to encourage the youth to use the internet wisely and correctly so that 10 years from now, when they look back at their life, they have nothing to regret. The youth are in our hands. Let's make use of these jewels in our hands. Let's empower them positively because they are the voices for our voice in tomorrow. Thank you for this opportunity. The pleasure has always been mine. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Vanessa, for emphasizing the power of media and creativity in youth empowerment. When young people use their voices responsibly through storytelling and digital platforms, they don't just consume information, they create transformation. And I will say the pen, the camera, and the microphone can all be instruments of change. Thank you very much for that amazing presentation. We appreciate you. And moving on, I'm going to be calling on Ambassador Nahid. I'm going to be calling on Ambassador Nahid to take over the floor, and he's going to be speaking on fostering global citizenship and peace education among the youth. The floor is yours, Ambassador Nahid.
Thank you. Thank you. My sincere gratitude to our respected leading visionary Gloria ma'am for creating such outstanding platform, and we all are exchanging our views. Right? And I could see outstanding people, Kamal Lohani sir, Neelam ma'am, Marine Mia ma'am, Laila ma'am, Shailesh Prajapati sir, Mahesh sir, Sonu sir, right? Lagmani ma'am, Ram Babu sir, Sasi ma'am, Yala ma'am, right? Mary, and outstanding people I could see on this platform, and I'm learning from them. Today, topic given to me is very outstanding topic, that is fostering global citizenship and peace education among youth. Very, very much required topic. So I sincerely appreciate this topic first of all, and I request Gloria ma'am at the same time to keep giving us and keep making us better each day and every day. Promoting global citizenship and promote peace education among youth involves intentional strategies such as integrating multicultural awareness, critical thinking, and practical community action projects into school culture and curriculum. Fostering these values helps young people develop empathy, social responsibility, conflict resolution skills, and the ability to respectfully engage in diverse world. Key strategies and approaches integrate multicultural learning. Teach students that their way of living is not the only way, highlighting different cultures, languages, traditions, and histories via lessons, displays, and activities. Engage in around the world storytelling or cultural cuisine exploration to appreciate diversity and foster inclusivity. Teach human rights and sustainable development goals. Bring contemporary issues such as social justice, human rights, and sustainability into classroom discussions. Use programs from organizations, right? Organizations like the UN model, United Nations simulation for interactive learning, promote critical thinking and media literacy, encourage questioning, debate, and moral dilemma. Teach students to discern credible sources and challenge biases, especially in digital environments. Hands-on experiential activities involve youth in local global service projects, environmental initiatives, and fundraising for global causes to connect classroom learning with real-world change. Peace clubs, community service, and peer mediation. Establish peer mediation, community service, and peace building clubs to practice non-violence, teamwork, and dialogue across diverse backgrounds. Use storytelling and art. Share real life stories and use creative arts to build connections and understanding across conflict lines. Families and community engagement. Link parents and local leaders through workshops or campaigns, making peace education and global values part of everyday life beyond school. Examples of activities: creating a peaceful school culture, adopt whole school campaigns for anti bullying and peace days, involve students in school councils and student led initiatives around social justice or sustainability. Encourage safe spaces where equity, dignity, and non-violence are actively practiced. Investing in these approaches helps prepare youth for life as responsible global citizens and peace builders in an interconnected world. So, my sincere gratitude to all the outstanding people attending this webinar, right? So, my sincere gratitude to our CEO and leader. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You've beautifully shown us that peace education is not a separate subject. It is a way of life that begins in the classroom. And by nurturing empathy, dialogue, and shared humanity, we are shaping a generation of students that will create a better world for tomorrow. Thank you very much, Ambassador Nahid, for this amazing presentation. And I'm going to be welcoming our moderators. I think, okay, for now, I think three of our moderators aren't here. So in their absence,
Gloria ma'am,
yes,
respected Gloria ma'am.
Yes, please.
Today, respected women of India are fasting for safety, prosperity, and respect for their husbands in India.
Because you know what, I wanted to ask questions because I saw the outfit Gayatri and Ambassador Lagmani, I was wondering what is this? I was going to ask, maybe give them a text. Oh, look at Ambassador Uma as well. So he's really an awesome one. Congratulations. I think I've seen something like that in movie. I watch Z World a lot, and I've seen that fasting. I've watched it too. And it's really a very hard work that you are doing right now because you've not eaten all through the day and you'll be breaking the fast at the sight of the new moon. I think I've heard something like that. Congratulations to you all and bravo. Kudos to you. Kudos. Please let's appreciate them. In a walk through education, we appreciate all culture. Yes, so we appreciate you. Keep up the work you are doing. Keep it up. And please, while we wait for our other moderators, if they don't join us while before the breakout room is ready, that means I'm going to divide their participants amongst you. And Dr. Rita, I don't know if you can hang in for Dr. Rania
Okay.
room
It
one.
depends on the time. It depends how much time I have to wait, but I will try. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so please could you all kindly turn on your cameras. Let's take our pictures before we move into the breakout room. Please turn on your cameras, everyone. Turn on your cameras. And we are going to be using the heart emoji. After the count of 5, we're all going to click on the emoji. Let me turn on the timer so that it will be showing on my screen. Okay. All right, after the count of 5, are we ready? Place your hands on the emoji. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go, everyone. This is looking awesome. Yeah, it's just floating everywhere. Love is in the air. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'm going to be opening the breakout room now. Going to be opening the breakout room. Just give me a minute because I need to reshare because we don't have 3 participants aren't here. So I'm going to reshare it. Please pardon me. You can just use the opportunity to fill out the attendance form while I reshare the breakout room. Please, I would advise, please, if it's possible for you, please use your real name so that I will know where to place you. Use your real name to sign in. Because sometimes I find it difficult to identify. All right, we have one of our moderators present now, Dr. Gloria Opara. Dr. Gloria, the floor is yours. You can go ahead to do your presentation while we wait for the breakout room to open. Dr. Gloria, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Sorry. Trying to connect in the rain here is so heavy. So sorry. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Dr. Gloria Opara.
Oh, thank God you can hear me. All right, my topic is talking about inclusive education and life skills. How do we ensure every child voice should count? And I just wrote down some points here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? Okay, thank God. So what are we looking at? We have to answer this my question in our minds. How many of us see, hear, and value every child? Please, if you don't, they deserve to be valued. What are we to do to ensure what I've just mentioned? That they are part of us and we are teaching them life skills. We have to create safe space for everyone to freely speak up. We have to combine inclusion with life skills. Personally, in my school, I observed a child. We have done, this is 4 weeks now ended today since we resumed. This girl has been withdrawn. And when it comes to a girl child, sorry for the men in the house, I'm particular about a girl who cannot speak up. It touches me differently because that person may end up in a home where bully and everything will be the order of the day and the person can still not speak up. So Wednesday, I called her and she still did not want to speak up. Today, I insisted and she opened up only for me to know that the parents traveled abroad and she's not coping with the stress at home for her. So we should go beyond just making them feel free, observe them, know when the child has dropped or improved so that we encourage those who have improved or notice those who have dropped in order to give them that sense of belonging. We have to empower them for critical thinking. Some of them are just there. They don't even know why they are there. Just like we have been talking on the platform here. Confidence in communication is another thing. I told her plainly today that she lacks confidence and she needs to build it. It is something that is already making her academics to drop. And she has not gained that confidence, at least to find someone to talk to. And at the end, she was better, smiling for the first time, if any, since I started noticing her this time. Let's give them that. I think what the next point I want to mention here is deep empathy, not just empathy, very deep one. And I think that was what took me to this girl. Ordinarily, I should just say, what's my business? Why should I? But she's my learner. You just notice she's withdrawn. I know she's not writing the foreign exam. That was my first thinking. Maybe she's feeling bad about that. And I heard something totally different from what I was thinking. So let us just have their time. Let them speak to us. How do we... Hello? Hello, can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, someone is talking, so I thought maybe... how to identify a true inclusive classroom? There should be strength in diversity. Strength in diversity. We should promote collaboration very, very, very well. We should support or encourage support for one another. After talking with this very learner, I had to call someone like her, but not going through the same situation, and just not going into details to explain to the other learner, to go close to her and make her come out of that shell and speak up without going into details. So we must not call another learner and start explaining everything in details, but that is providing support. We should allow everyone to grow together. Some people are writing foreign exams, some are not. In this case, you see that privilege is playing out here. Some have the money, some do not have. You don't let those who cannot afford it, but they want it, to feel bad. So you still encourage those ones writing to still relate with others and do not make them feel bad. That's the inclusion we are talking about in this case. Teachers are just facilitators. Let's just facilitate learning and make them enjoy themselves. How do we do that? Let's stop teaching only the topic at hand and build resilience in these children. One of the points this learner told me today is that she's not coping with the stress. I told her she's a girl. I used my own self to give her examples that there are times like that. I used my current workload at work to tell her that if I can do it, she can. And she should understand it's just a phase in life. When the parents come back, everything will be okay, which she saw reasons with me. Let's make them to be creative. Creativity has come to stay. It's beyond normal classroom learning, teaching, exams, and all that. And we should develop compassion. We just have to. I'm sure a part of what made me to have her time after not answering, let's be compassionate with them and give them that room to know that the stage and age is something they will outgrow with time. What are the life skills we are talking about here? Decision making. I asked her to write out all her skill, the house chores and all that, that by next week I will help to plan properly, because another person is in the same class with that girl, but they've not observed her. It takes empathy for you to have time for another person. She has to learn the problem-solving skill. It's a problem now for her. So life skill is teaching them ability to cope with what? Any problem, by teaching them problem-solving skills. Real-world challenges. She is now faced with real-world challenges. She didn't bargain for this. But maybe because of a greener pasture and co, the parents had to travel abroad. They're actually not in Nigeria as I speak. But it is now a real-world challenge that she has to face and overcome. So please, let's prepare the children for life and not just for exams. I have a quote that I saw here. Let's make them know that they belong here. Their ideas matter to us. Their voices must count as far as they are concerned. And I added something, that their values will affect their generations. Thank you very much for your time, and let us know that if we need equity, peace and progress, education has come to stay as the most important and powerful tool. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gloria, for that passionate and heart-touching presentation. Inclusion is more than policy. It's a promise that every child matters. By equipping learners with life skills and equal opportunities, we create classrooms where differences are celebrated and every voice, regardless of background or ability, is heard and valued. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate your presentation. And I can see that Dr. Rania is here. Thank you, Dr. Rania, for joining us. And I'm going to be calling on Dr. Rania for her presentation. Dr. Rania, the floor is yours. She's going to be speaking on STEM and innovation education, nurturing young minds for global problem solving. The floor is yours, Dr. Rania.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gloria. Actually, I was running because I didn't want to miss the moderation. So I was running on the street anyway. So why STEAM matters, and of course, because it's a transdisciplinary approach. It integrates science, technology, engineering, arts, mathematics, showing students that real-world problems rarely fall into one single subject area. And the A, the arts in the STEAM emphasizes creativity, the design thinking, the human-centered innovation, ensuring that technology and science serve society in meaningful ways. So it's about how we can prepare students for future-ready skills, from coding to critical thinking. STEM equips students with all these necessary skills for the workforce. And of course, it's about innovation. Innovation education as a catalyst, because we encourage students to tackle real-world problems, cultivating resilience, curiosity, adaptability, so a problem-solving mindset. At the same time, this innovation education fosters the ability to identify opportunities, to take risks and create sustainable solutions, so entrepreneurial thinking at the same time. And if we address issues like clean energy or health or digital equity, we talk about the global citizenship. Students learn that their ideas can have a worldwide impact. So this way we can nurture young minds through hands-on activities, or project-based activities, or maker spaces, or robotics, or experiments that turn theory into practice, or ways to collaborations or teamwork, which actually always mirrors real-world innovation, where diverse perspectives can drive breakthroughs, and what we call empathy-driven design, because students learn to design solutions not just for efficiency, but also for inclusivity and sustainability. We can connect the learners with industry leaders, with innovators, with global communities, and this widens their horizons. So mentorship also is important, and exposure to the industry world. And finally, the global problem solving through STEAM, it's about how we can involve students, for instance, in climate action. We can invite them to design eco-friendly technologies and advocate for sustainable practices. In healthcare innovation, how they can use digital tools by engineering to develop accessible medical solutions, for example, apps. How many examples of this? Digital equity, because We can innovate inclusive technologies to bridge the digital divide. And for peace and social justice, we can encourage the use of design and technology to foster dialogue and understanding of fairness. So innovation, education, and STEAM are not, definitely not just academic programs. We could say that they are investments in humanity's future, because by nurturing our young minds today, we cultivate the problem solvers, innovators, and leaders of tomorrow. So when we empower youth with knowledge, with creativity and empathy, we can take a giant step towards solving the world's greatest challenges today. Already, STEM education has started to be implemented also in my country, Greece. We have already master programs, PhD programs on this. This was not happening in the past. There are many centers, educational centers, which combine formal and informal learning, serving preschool, high school also. The Greek Ministry of Education, of course, supports and makes calls for STEAM school projects, encouraging schools to create prototype educational materials. We have the Erasmus, a European Union funded projects which are operating also in Greece. So we co-design frameworks for STEAM with performing arts, with building capacity in schools. So there are also some many successful STEM projects for inclusive education. It's a topic that the last time we adopted. In Europe and in Greece, there are European programs which focus on how we can help students, for instance, with kinesthetic issues or with visual impairments, etc., to cope with STEM challenges. And there is an active also involvement from universities, from NGOs, because we try to include teacher training and non-formal education. And all these show what that STEAM is actually being taken seriously. I remember when I was appointed as a Dutch teacher in the Ministry of Education. Then I had to then it was a period.
Give him the let him.
Okay. It was a period when STEM was not popular at all, not only Greece, but in Europe in general. Nobody knew what was STEM. And I had to write many reports to my officials to convince them about the value of STEM, why it is important, why it's essential to start a workshop there for students. And I remember that this took approximately because why this is happening? Because every time we want to introduce something innovative, this is not happening easily. Always innovation comes with resistance to change and with caution. However, I'm very happy that we started in the Greek Ministry of Education STEM workshops. Students were actually thrilled